Eleanor of Aquitaine leads France. And Eleanor of Aquitaine leads England in Civilization VI: Gathering Storm. The Duchess of Aquitaine ruled as both Queen Consort of France and England, and left a major impact on the culture and arts of her time. Both in her lifetime and over the next 600 years, a great rivalry existed between these two powers. Allegiances shifted quickly as local rulers pledged their loyalty to one nation or the other. As Eleanor of Aquitaine, expand your influence by attracting new recruits to your kingdom through the power of the arts. Eleanor of Aquitaine's unique ability is Court of Love. Whether playing as France or England, great works in her cities reduce loyalty in foreign cities within range. Also, any city that leaves an empire due to loyalty loss, but receives the most pressure from Eleanor's empire, will join her civilization outright. This is the first leader in the Civilization franchise that can be used with two different civilizations. This allows you to utilize her abilities in situations that play to the strengths of England or France. When you choose Eleanor to lead France, your bonus towards building mid-game wonders will be particularly useful as you collect great works and increase your loyalty pressure. When you choose Eleanor to lead England, converting cities from around the globe will add even more resources and power to your workshop of the world. Surely, the sun will never set on Eleanor's English empire. Eleanor of Aquitaine is a prime candidate for a culture victory. But picking up extra cities will help with any victory. Will you earn the loyalty of the world? How will you rule as Eleanor of Aquitaine in Sid Meier's Civilization VI: Gathering Storm? Matthias Corvinus leads Hungary in Civilization VI: Gathering Storm. He was king from 1458 to 1490. Despite infamy for high taxation, he became a popular folk hero as Matthias the Just. Hungary's unique ability is Pearl of the Danube. Districts and buildings constructed across a river from a city center are built faster. Their unique building is the Thermal Bath. It replaces the zoo and provides amenities and protection to every city center within its range. If there is a geothermal fissure within the city's borders, it also provides tourism and additional amenities. Hungary's unique unit is the Hussar. This is an industrial-era light cavalry unit that receives a combat bonus for every active alliance. Matthias Corvinus' unique ability is the Raven King. Levied units gain movement and combat strength, and it costs no gold or resources to upgrade levied units. Levying troops from a city-state also rewards 2 envoys with that city-state. The Raven King also grants the unique unit, the Black Army, a light cavalry unit that gets additional strength for adjacent levied units. Hungary is a civilization built for rapid expansion and domination. The Black Army upgrades into the Hussar, giving Matthias an extra militaristic edge for a long period of the game. And thermal baths will be particularly useful to keep conquered cities loyal. River settlements will develop quickly, leaving you plenty of time to produce more military units. To further bolster your army, keep up with city-state relationships and take advantage of levied units. Will your mercenary armies flood over the riverbanks and establish a mighty empire? How will you lead Hungary in Sid Meier's Civilization VI: Gathering Storm? Pachacuti leads the Inca in Civilization VI: Gathering Storm. Though many of the details of his remarkable reign are lost to history, Pachacuti led the expansion of Cusco into the organized and powerful Incan Empire. The Inca's unique improvement is the terrace farm. These can only be placed on hills and provide food, plus additional food for adjacent mountains. Terrace farms also provide production for adjacent aqueducts and fresh water. The Inca's unique ability is Mita, which allows citizens to work mountain tiles. Mountain tiles provide production as well as food for adjacent terrace farms. The Warak Ak is the Inca's unique unit. This medieval reconnaissance unit can attack twice in a turn if it hasn't used all of its movement points. Pachacuti's unique ability is Kapak Nyan. Domestic trade routes get additional food for mountains in the origin city. He also has access to the Kapak Nyan improvement. an early version of the new mountain tunnel, after discovering foreign trade. For the Inca, mountain tiles are more than just great defenses. Pachacuti's unique ability, along with plenty of terrace farms, means the Inca will truly thrive in their sprawling mountain cities. As Pachacuti, you can lead your civilization without worrying too much about outside influence. Internal trade routes are stronger than ever, making this a great isolationist civilization. Will your civilization reach its peak in the mountains? How will you lead the Inca in Sid Meier's Civilization VI: Gathering Storm? Wilfrid Laurier leads Canada in Civilization VI: Gathering Storm. He was the 7th Prime Minister of Canada and is remembered today for his charismatic personality and his focus on Canadian unity and expansion. Wilfrid Laurier's leader ability is the last best west. Farms can be built in tundra, and after researching civil engineering, can also be built on tundra hills. The cost of purchasing snow and tundra tiles is reduced, and he receives double extraction of all consumable resources, such as iron, on snow and tundra tiles. Canada's unique improvement is the ice hockey rink. It can only be built in tundra or snow, and only one may be built per city. It provides appeal and amenities, plus culture based on adjacent snow and tundra tiles. Unlocking flight adds tourism, and unlocking professional sports adds production and food. It also provides culture if adjacent to a stadium building. Canada's unique ability is 4 Faces of Peace. They cannot declare surprise wars or be the target of one. They also receive extra favor for successfully completing an emergency, and additional favor based on their tourism. Their unique unit is the Mountie. This light cavalry unit has the ability to create a national park. It also receives a strength bonus when fighting close to any national park, and an even higher strength bonus when fighting near Canadian-owned national parks. As Canada, you can take advantage of the icy landscape that most other civilizations will ignore. But should you fall under attack, your Mounties are powerful defenders. Canada is built for a strong culture victory, and can make a good run at a diplomatic victory as well. Be sure to join as many emergencies as possible to take full advantage of their diplomatic strengths. Will you guide the world with your sunny ways from the Great White North? How will you lead Canada in Sid Meier's Civilization VI: Gathering Storm? Mansa Musa leads Mali in Civilization VI: Gathering Storm. He may have been the richest man who ever lived, and used his wealth as a tool to enrich his empire. Mali's unique ability is Songs of the Jaili. City centers receive additional food and faith for adjacent desert and desert hills tiles. Mines will provide less production, but a significant gold increase, and commercial hub buildings can be purchased with faith. Mali's unique district is the Suguba, which replaces the standard commercial district. This district grants a discount to every faith and gold purchase in the city in which it's placed, and receives a major adjacency bonus for rivers and holy sites. The Mande Kalu Cavalry is Mali's unique unit. This medieval unit receives gold from hills and provides protection to nearby trader units. Mansa Musa's unique ability is Sahel Merchants. Golden Ages increase trader capacity, and trade routes receive extra gold for each desert tile in the origin city. Though desert empires typically struggle to grow, Mali's focus on gold and purchase power will give you what you need to keep up with, or surpass, civs settled elsewhere on the map. Money may not buy happiness, but you may be able to buy victory as Mali. With this much gold and faith in his pocket, Mansa Musa can go for any type of victory. Will you store up the treasures of this world and the next? How will you lead Mali in Sid Meier's Civilization VI: Gathering Storm? Kupe leads the Maori in Civilization VI: Gathering Storm. According to Maori legend, the navigator Kupe sailed from Hawaii to the undiscovered land that would become New Zealand, and remains a figure in many Maori myths still shared today. Kupe's leader ability is called Kupe's Voyage. The initial Maori units begin the game in the ocean, and receive science and culture each turn before settling. When you settle your first city, you receive a free builder and extra population. The palace also receives additional housing and amenities. The Maori's unique building is the marae. This replaces the amphitheater in the theater square. It provides culture and faith to all tiles in the city with a passable feature, such as floodplains, and tourism after researching flight. The Maori's unique unit is the toa. This classical-era Malay unit can construct a pa improvement on hills, which provides a defensive bonus and heals units if they end their turn on its tile. Toa also have the Haka War Dance ability, which weakens adjacent enemy units. The Maori's unique ability is mana. They start with sailing and shipbuilding, and embarked units receive additional strength and movement. Woods and rainforests provide additional production, and fishing boats additional food. Fishing boats also acquire surrounding available tiles when completed. As the Maori, the world is your oyster, and you will thrive with its blessings. Use your first turns to scout for a prime coastal location for your capital city, with plenty of woods, rainforests, and ocean resources. A series of Pa fortresses will be your key to a strong defense, allowing you to embark on the victory campaign of your choosing without fear of conquest from another civilization. Will your empire flourish with the bounty of land and sea? How will you lead the Maori in Sid Meier's Civilization VI: Gathering Storm? Suleiman leads the Ottomans in Civilization VI: Gathering Storm. He is commonly referred to as Suleiman the Magnificent, and personally led conquests to expand his empire while instituting societal reform. Suleiman's unique ability is Grand Vizier. This unlocks a unique governor, Ibrahim, with his own unique promotion tree. He's the only governor that can be established in another civilization and can be a major player in diplomacy. It also unlocks the Janissary, Suleiman's unique unit. This musketman replacement is stronger and cheaper to build, and starts with a free promotion, but it consumes a population in the city in which it is trained, unless it is trained in a conquered city. The Ottomans' unique building is the Grand Bazaar. It replaces the bank in the commercial hub and adds extra amenities and strategic resources that are available in that city. Their unique unit is the Barbary Corsair. This naval raider replaces the privateer, but can be built earlier. Also, coastal raids have no movement cost for this unit. The Ottomans' unique ability is Great Turkish Bombard. They can construct siege units much faster, and all siege units receive additional combat strength. Conquered cities do not lose population, and benefit from amenity and loyalty bonuses while under Ottoman control. As the Ottomans, the medieval and Renaissance eras will be your prime time for conquest. Use your powerful siege units to topple foreign cities, and Ibrahim's abilities as governor to secure them. Those cities then serve as ideal places to build more Janissaries, and you can maintain this overwhelming force by building your Grand Bazaar in a number of cities. Will you turn the eyes of the world to your victories? How will you lead the Ottomans in Sid Meier's Civilization VI: Gathering Storm? Dido leads Phoenicia in Civilization VI: Gathering Storm. After fleeing her home city of Tyre, this refugee turned ruler founded and led Carthage to greatness. Phoenicia's unique ability is Mediterranean colonies. Embarked settlers receive additional movement and sight, and all coastal cities founded on the same continent as Phoenicia's capital will always be completely loyal. Their unique district is the Kothan. It replaces the harbor and grants production towards naval units and settlers in the city in which it is built. Also, all naval units within the city's borders will heal completely in a single turn. The Byrame is Phoenicia's unique unit. This ancient naval melee unit is faster and much stronger than the galley. It also provides protection to embarked trader units nearby. Dido's leader ability is Founder of Carthage. She can move her original capital to any city she controls which has a Kothan by completing a unique city project. Also, the government plaza increases trade route capacity and provides additional production towards building districts in that city. Spread Phoenicia's empire quickly along the coast, and use Dido's ability to move your capital to a more optimal location to shift your loyalty pressure throughout the game. Phoenicia is a flexible civilization, able to adapt to the ever-changing state of the world. They can be a major contender in any victory type. Are you ready to embark on a course to victory? How will you lead Phoenicia in Sid Meier's Civilization VI: Gathering Storm? Christina leads Sweden in Civilization VI: Gathering Storm. She became Queen of Sweden at the age of 6 and is remembered for her intelligence, strong will, and her interest in the arts and sciences. Sweden's unique ability is Nobel Prize. When Sweden is present in a game, all civilizations can engage in 3 Nobel Prize competitions in the World Congress. Sweden also receives additional points towards great scientists or great engineers from universities and factories, and gains favor when they earn a great person. Their unique improvement is the Open Air Museum. They may only build 1 per city, and it provides loyalty. It also provides culture and tourism for each different terrain type on which a Swedish city has been settled. Sweden's unique unit is the Karelian. This anti-cavalry unit is unlocked at the Renaissance era. It receives additional strength for unused movement points, and is faster than similar units. Christina's unique ability is Minerva of the North. Buildings with at least 3 Great Work slots and wonders with at least 2 Great Work slots are automatically themed when they have all their slots filled. Also, she can construct the Queen's Bibliothèque in the Government Plaza, granting additional slots for Great Works. The key to unlocking Sweden's cultural power is settling cities across all terrain types and filling them with open-air museums. Be sure to attract as many great artists, musicians, and writers as you can, and you'll be set for a culture victory. Sweden is also a strong contender in the diplomatic game, and each great person will give them another edge in the World Congress. Will your legacy be recorded by painter and poet? How will you lead Sweden in Sid Meier's Civilization VI: Gathering Storm?
The second expansion for Sid Meier's Civilization VI introduces an active planet where geology and climatology present unique new challenges. Face the threat and reap the bounty from natural disasters, manage your power sources wisely, and unite with leaders of other civilizations to find solutions to the challenges of a changing climate. Rise and flourish in Sid Meier's Civilization VI: Gathering Storm. There's no escaping the power of nature as it shapes your world and affects your people's fortunes. Where you settle will have consequences that affect your civilization forever, as each terrain faces its own environmental challenges. Natural disasters can pillage or destroy your improvements and districts, but they may also refresh and enrich the lands after they pass. Volcanoes offer high risks, but high rewards, as eruptions can devastate surrounding areas, but volcanic soil is highly fertile and valuable. Storms are unpredictable, varying in size and impact. Desert sandstorms or ocean hurricanes can wreak havoc across your civilization, but also offer a chance of improved food yield in their wake. Blizzards and tornadoes are the most destructive of the storms, though blizzards may have some nice benefits if you're playing as Russia, while grassland tornadoes cause nothing but destruction. Weather every storm to rebuild stronger and smarter. The incredible benefits of settling near rivers now come with the additional dangers of flooding. Floods can destroy and pillage improvements, with even greater damage during severe flooding, but they also offer a chance of greater food yield afterwards. You can prevent river flooding by building a dam, or coastal flooding using new technologies like the flood barrier. The complexity of climate change is the final environmental challenge your people will face. As the game progresses and civilizations consume certain fuel resources, carbon dioxide will be released, leading to higher global temperatures and unique consequences, including increased storms or flooding and rising sea levels. While climate can destroy your civilization, resources will build it. Strategic resources are now divided into fuel to meet the power needs of your cities and late game units, and material to make resource-dependent units. Once a city has a fuel supply, like coal or oil, and the appropriate power plant, the city automatically converts the stockpiled fuel into power. Power is especially important from the industrial era onwards. Buildings in a city needed to function at full performance, with unpowered buildings producing less than half their normal yield. Military units also require material and fuel resources for production and maintenance, with resource-deficient units becoming weaker in combat. But be aware, your management of fuel will directly affect the world's temperature and the climate consequences your people will face. Alternatively, you may build green energy sources later in the game, such as hydroelectric dams and wind farms. Nuclear power plants can also provide cities with green power, adding only light carbon emissions, but the chances of a nuclear accident will increase as the power plant ages. Depending on the severity of the accident, the surrounding area will be subject to fallout, just as if a nuclear weapon had detonated. You can protect from this by performing maintenance on the nuclear power plant as a project. The true test of facing global changes is working with other civilizations. Make your voice heard among other leaders during meetings of the World Congress and craft a path toward diplomatic victory. Earn diplomatic favor through alliances, influencing city-states, competing in world games, participating in peace accords, and more. Use your favor to help or hinder others. Extract promises from leaders, increase the weight of your votes, or propose resolutions that will affect all civilizations. All emergencies now fall under the oversight of the World Congress and must be requested and passed through a special session before they will receive aid. Now more than ever, the fate of the world will be decided by every nation. The new future era is an uncertain time with the potential for wild discoveries. In each new game, the technology and civics trees for this era are randomized, revealing different costs and prerequisite paths as the game progresses. Players will need to choose their research projects wisely to uncover these futuristic marvels. Combat adverse environmental effects with speculative ideas, such as relocating your population out to seasteads. Develop advanced technologies and AI to recapture carbon emissions, and discover new items to help achieve science, culture, and domination victories. 8 new civilizations and 9 new leaders are introduced, including Hungary, Maori, Canada, Inca, Mali, and Sweden. Each brings unique bonuses, gameplay, units, and more. The world is larger than ever with new world wonders, natural wonders, and units, including the GDR and Rock Band. Bend the map to your will with new improvements like railroads, mountain tunnels, and the Canal District. And survive the greatest disasters in history in the new scenarios, the Black Death and War Machine. In Sid Meier's Civilization VI Gathering Storm, the world is more interconnected and complex. You must contend with the power of nature, planning for disasters and rebuilding after them, all while navigating diplomatic relations with the rest of the planet. Every path will affect your environment and impact the planet's future. How will you conquer the elements? And what kind of world will you create in Sid Meier's Civilization VI Gathering Storm?